Okay, so this week, we will go to the next topic, which is Varnashrama Dharma, which is again a very, very important topic for us to understand. There are a lot of misconceptions, there are a lot of confusions also in this topic. So we will spend some time. Okay. So to begin with, it is important for us to understand that each one of us in our life have two dimensions. I do not know whether we explicitly think about it, whether we contemplate on that or not, but the fact remains that each one of us in our life have two dimensions. So let us first try to understand the two dimensions and then see what we need to do. So as a precursor to this understanding, let's look at a few things. Look at this. Given a chance, a vast majority wants to first become an engineer. Why? Because he or she can take a software job and eventually land up in the US, hopefully. Then they also want an MBA degree later. Everybody wants to become a manager. Everybody wants an MBA degree because everybody is told that's where money can be made and so on. So this is one, sort of a thing that we see and we hear and we experience also. Now there is the other side also. A software engineer becomes a wildlife photographer. There is this person by name Kalyan Verma. You can see one of his Ying talks. You can see it's very amazing. This Kalyan Verma was working in a software company. He just gave it up, and he became a wildlife photographer. And he's he's really doing some, very interesting job. I know of a software engineer becoming a painter. I know of a software engineer becoming an agriculturist. Although I've taken a software engineer as an example, you can replace it with any profession, and then you say somebody started as a professor, ended up as a cine actor. Somebody started as a MNC executive, ended up as a priest in a temple. So many things I have seen. This is only an example that I am showing here, that people start somewhere and end up with somewhere else. And such people who cross like this have always been very successful also. So this is something which we see. The third thing that I want to bring to your attention is many of us, honestly, if you really ask, many of us are absolutely clueless as to what we should do after our career is over. I mean, they want to avoid that question. I mean, they say, let us see about it when the day we'll cross the bridge when it comes. But the fact remains, I do not know what should I do. So for many people, I'm telling you seriously, for many people, there is a sort of a post-retirement crisis. They sometimes feel very dejected. They don't know what to do. And this kind of things happen quite often. Succession planning in family business. Mukesh Ambani, Anil Ambani are the sons of Dhirubhai Ambani. Dhirubhai Ambani just went away. These two brothers started fighting. And of course, got settled, mother intervened and so on. There are so many such family businesses where the owner, the founder, does not want to hand over the enterprise. The point I'm making is not about the fight I'm talking. I'm talking about the fact that the founder is not handing over the enterprise to his offsprings. Founder rather be with that and dies finally. And then he leaves the estate for them to sort out. The question is, why is it happening? There is something behind all these. There is something behind all these four ideas that I am talking about. So let's try to understand that. So essentially, there are two goals for every individuals in a Janma. One goal is, how do I engage with the world? I have to engage with the world. Nobody can run away. Karmaneva adhikaraha ma paleshu kadachana ma karma pala heturbohu mate sangastu akarmani. You can't be saying I won't do anything. We have to engage with the world from the time we are born until we die in different ways. That's one goal. The second goal for every individual is I want to evolve over time. These are very natural to us. So the question is, how do I look at these two dimensions? One is how do I engage myself with the world in terms of the work I do, and how do I make sure that I evolve over time? I'm not the same thing as I go and become older and older. Is there a way I can evolve? Is there a structured framework which helps me, which guarantees I will evolve? These are very useful things for us.
क्षम्यतां महोदय, किञ्चिदिव तत्र मैक् युतके लग्नं घर्षणं भवति तावत् क्षम्यताम्। इदानीं
पश्यामः। Is it okay now?
It is okay now. Little bit friction.
So sound is coming. It is hitting on the shirt and sound is coming.
Friction sound.
Yeah,
now it is okay.
Okay. Okay. So there are two dimensions in our life. One I call it as a spatial dimension, and the other I call it as temporal dimension. As you know, temporal means time, and spatial is space, or of that kind. So there are two dimensions in our life. The temporal dimension is womb to tomb. We were born from the mother's womb, and one day we go to the tomb. We get cremated, we get depending upon whatever our religious faith is, and so on. So we have to travel on that dimension. There is no choice, and we have to travel on, and we have to be position ourselves in the spatial dimension also, in terms of what kind of a work do we do. So this varnashrama dharma is actually meant for it. The temporal dimension is called ashrama dharma, and the spatial dimension is called varna dharma. So in the spatial dimension, you have four possibilities. One end of the spectrum is knowledge, other end of the spectrum is called work. Similarly, in the varnashrama dharma, I have been put the two ends, except to call it as womb and tomb. Essentially, it starts with, again it has four. You have brahmacharya, you have grihastha, you have vanaprastha, and you have sannyasa. You have four sort of stages. And so essentially, what it means is we have to peg ourselves in one of the four in the spatial dimension. From this continuum of work to knowledge, we have to position ourselves somewhere, and having position there, we have to travel horizontally. Okay. So, am I audible now? Yeah. Okay.
No, it is fine. Till
okay.
That,
so essentially, these two dimensions were created. One to take a position on the spatial dimension, and the second is to travel. Once you have taken a position on that, we need to keep traveling, and we go up to the end through the ashrama dimension. So this is how this whole varnashrama dharma has been set up. So let us first look at the varna dharma, and then maybe in the next class only we'll be able to see the ashrama dharma, I think. But let us start. Let us start with the varna dharma first. Let us understand the logic of the varna dharma.